victims are not blamed or shamed when they speak up or come forward. Coming forward and publicly speaking about the tremendous impact that sexual abuse has had on my life has been probably the most difficult yet liberating thing that I've ever done up till now in my life. It's been 2 years since I came forward and spoke to Jeanette Pettipac-Taylor of the RCMP Victim Services and told her about the sexual abuse that I endured as a child between the ages of 6 and 12 at the hands of a trusted family member. As hard as it was to speak about it to strangers, I was treated with respect and empathy by the RCMP officers assigned to the case, as well as the staff of Victim Services. I went through 2 long years of drawn-out court adjournments and dates, but July 16th of this year, was when I finally was able to stand up for what's right and give a voice to that little girl who couldn't speak up for herself. After I came forward, I was faced with 2 types of reactions. The first one was one of shock, disbelief, and grief, followed by compassion and support. The second one was one of shock, disbelief, and grief, but I was also blamed for what was happened, and a lot of people started saying I was a liar. That was by far the most hurtful reaction I've ever experienced in my life, because I've spent my lifetime blaming myself and feeling ashamed of what happened. The last thing a victim of sexual violence needs to feel is that speaking up against such violence is wrong. That's why organizations such as the YWCA of Moncton, the Beausejour Family Crisis Resource Center, and Crossroads for Women, and events like this evening, Take Back the Night and Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, are necessary to create awareness and to take direct action against sexual violence. For years, I lived in isolated sadness from carrying the heavy burden of shame and guilt. In order to cope with these feelings, I hid behind a facade of fake happiness and remained silent for so long, believing that I had done something wrong. Up until recently, I pretended to be happy. Even though most of my adult life was marked with years of anorexia, insomnia, depression, and a few suicide attempts, most people who knew me or even know me today never would have known that I had endured sexual abuse as a child. I was an overachiever at everything I did. In 1998, I graduated from Dalhousie University with a combined honors degree in languages. I was awarded a university medal from the dean for ranking first class in my faculty. And in school, I was also a straight-A student, president of the student council, valedictorian, captain of the field hockey team, the list goes on. I won several academic and professional awards, but no matter how hard I tried and succeeded, for me it never felt good enough. And actually, I never felt good enough. I felt damaged and that I was not normal like everybody else. I actually remember being in grade school and thinking that everyone knew what had happened and that I was to blame, that I actually had a big sign across my forehead that it was obvious what had happened. I began to feel like I was a liar, because after I had told a few people what had happened to me, they either ignored me or just didn't believe me. So this definitely had a strong impact on my self-esteem. I began to feel like I had done something wrong and was such a bad person and I was worthless. So I ended up becoming a people-pleasing kind of pushover of a girl who couldn't stand up for herself and say no when needed. I allowed people to bully me, and I was obsessed with what others thought of me. I suppressed years of anger and hurt, and it actually manifested itself into feelings of worthlessness that eventually led to depression during extremely stressful periods of my life. However, coming forward and openly speaking about the impact sexual abuse has had on my life has allowed me to finally have my voice heard and my feelings validated. It empowered me to see that I wasn't in any way responsible for what had happened. It has taken years of therapy, hard work, and support from my friends and family to move past all the hurt. And for 30 years, I've struggled not to be a victim and tried to put a voice to my feelings, but I lacked the support to truly be listened to and heard. I'm happy to say that I finally have been able to get closure and move forward to live a healthy, balanced, positive life. And I tell you all of this because I know that there are many of you out there who have been affected in some way by sexual violence. Abuse can affect anybody, and you would never know by looking at them or even by talking to them. I mean, we were the perfect Brady Bunch family. You would never know. And I mean, even to this day, having been through the court system, we had lifted a publication ban and everything went public in July and was published in the newspapers and on the radio. And I had tons of emails of people that have known me for years and just would have never known. So it really could be your best friend, it could be your mother, your daughter, or any loved one. So it's really important that we take people seriously when they come forward and speak about against violence, sexual violence or abuse. It's really important to be there for them. So maybe you can see a little bit of yourself in my story and identify with these feelings. It's my sincere hope for you that hearing this can somehow inspire you to believe that there is help and support out there for you. All you have to do is take the first step and ask. I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen the movie The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, but I'll leave you with a really nice quote from the movie. And Benjamin Button says, "For what it's worth, it's never too late to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Stop whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it, and I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things that you never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start it all over again. So speak up and have your voice heard."
Thank you very much, Carrie. It is an honor to get to hear you speak. So for any of you who were here last year, Shannon marched with us, and we wound up having a particularly lovely photo of her just holding the microphone and yelling into it, and it wound up being the photo we used for all of the thank you cards that we sent out after Take Back the Night. So we joked that Shannon was our poster girl for our thank you cards. So we're going to march, but first Shannon's going to warm us up a little bit. She's going to be asking a question, which is, whose street? And the answer is, our streets. All right, so maybe we'll practice it like 5 times, and then when you feel that we're right, as a crowd, we're good to move, you just yell, let's go, or whatever inspires you in the moment, or maybe howl, whatever.